Okay, I tell you a little bit later some examples how to recognize whether we need a program or whether we should have a project, just enough, a project. And let's come a little for a while for the formal definition, portfolio. Totality of an organization, investment in the changes required to achieve its strategic objectives. Oh yes, organization must have a strategy, and to deliver the strategy, just to deliver the strategy, there should be a special portfolio of projects designed. What's the program? Temporary, flexible organization created to coordinate, direct, and oversee the implementation of a set of related projects and activities in order to deliver outcomes or benefits related to the organizational strategic objectives. Temporary, flexible organization. Set of related projects, not one. Not separated, but related projects. And what is a project? Temporary organization, usually existing for a shorter duration, which will deliver one or more outputs in accordance with a specific business case. Also temporary organization, outputs or business products. And what is business as usual? Things done to keep the business operating day to day. If a customer is calling a bank because he or she wants a credit, then I think we are not going to start any projects because of that. We have some kind of a routine, procedures to follow that. Business as usual activity. But programs and projects, when they finish, pass the products to the business as usual activity, and the business as usual must adopt. Okay, so just to notice that all the changes we do must be adopted to the business as usual area. So what is the governance at the corporate level? Ongoing activity, maintaining sound system, internal control, directors, officers ensure effective management system. Financial monitoring control will have put in place to protect assets, earning capacity. That's a governance that we should have at the level of our organization. Our project governance, program governance will be a part of that corporate governance. In fact, look, this is a program. The program starts projects all together in coordinated way. They are flying as one, and this is the next tranche of that program. May take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, long time to deliver. Projects deliver deliverables. Programs are driven by the vision of a state. Projects very defined start and finish. No predefined paths in the program. Projects are bounded in scope deliverables, changes to the business capability. That's what we say about program changes. Delivery of a product and coordination of the delivery. Benefits usually realized after the project is closed, and the benefits must be realized during the program. Projects are shorter and the program are longer. This is the first question at the portfolio level. The managers here must decide whether there is something to do. What control environment should we decide on if we decide to do that? This is the first important decision. Single program, single project, serious business as usual activities, portfolio of change programs. First important decision. Any failure to that decision will cause a failure of what we are intended to do. That's a very key point of failure, what what I call it's a point of failure. Wrong decision absolutely leads to failure of activity. Right approach. Well, that case, the pyramids in Egypt, each one, was it a project? Business as usual, a program? Program? Mm-hmm. Not business as usual? I don't know if this was a program. Perhaps there was a program intended, to make all the pharaohs happy when they die, when they go to the better world. Perhaps. Well, but this is for sure that each pyramid, each one is different. It's a different design. So I may believe that there was a project approach given to each one of them. That's I guess so. There were a lot of slaves, but still not too many. There was limited time. They should finish the building before the pharaoh's death. Well, the stone had to be taken from the other side of the river. Sometimes it was impossible to cross the river. So they had to manage in a very organized way, I believe, just to finish on time with the pyramid. Okay, imagine that the government decides to invest in broadband, modern internet in some part of the country. That's a decision. We must do it. The next question is, what is the right approach going to be for that case? Business as usual, project, program? Who is for a single project? For program? I would rather decide on program. I would rather think it's a program. There will be at least several projects in each project, for example, in different part of the country, different technology. All must be managed as a program. They cannot run without having control over that. Because as a final, I want to have that broadband, modern internet in the country. Okay, just let's say the blue mobile operator, okay, wants to be the first mobile service provider for the business area within 3 years. That's what the main board decided. We want to be the first. 3 years. And the right question, what is the delivery approach? Daily business? Business as usual? Business as usual means no changes. Program? Can you imagine what projects might happen in the package of program? Technical things, maybe some IT, new solutions, maybe new call center, maybe new buildings, just buildings in each and every city. We must have our bank located. So we must build, let's say, 10 new buildings. It's important to look at that as all the projects together. It makes no sense just to create new buildings without, let's say, modifying our IT system, our products offer. All the projects together will lead us to be the first in the business sector. We cannot treat them as a separated activities of the projects. So this is pursued to decide on project and manage that as a project. Okay, we are computer factory. We are producing laptops. Someone wants 20. Business as usual, yes, okay. Unless they are not made of gold, of course. If they are standard laptops, then I would say that the business as usual would be just enough to deliver. Okay, two large organizations decided a merger. What is the right delivery approach? Program. I believe a program, at least several projects can be very easily identified to make them become one company. And the final cannot be a project. Okay? Oh yeah. And that scenario? We are going to be e-country, no paper in the government area. A program again, okay. It will not work probably if we decide on IT project, let's say delivering just workflow solution. It will not be enough. We will not achieve e-country without paper flow if we limit our activities just to IT workflow solution. So for sure this is a program, okay? Okay, new tariff plan to project. Yeah. I believe the project is just enough for that approach. I believe that the project is enough. Program is not needed for that kind of initiative. Oh yes. Some organization decided to implement ITIL standard. Some say, I want ITIL. Good idea, but what is the approach to be? Project? Yes, you're right, depends on the scope, but a lot of things must be changed within that organization, so it would be a real ITIL living. I would definitely vote for program, because it's going to be, as we call it, as transformational change in the organization. Many things, many areas, many units, many departments must adopt their processes. So it looks like not one project in general.